I was just thinking, right? Funny how people can turn on you when they're not fully tapped into their own fucking intuition. Instead, they're tapped into their own fucking delusions. Isn't it fucking ironic? And that's what I've been attracting all my life, which I've forgotten to add in that video, right? In which I totally forgot to tell you. That's what it is. People literally believe their own delusional thoughts and actually confuse that with intuition. I'm telling you, a lot of people need to learn to be fully tapped in. Not partially, not half. You need to be fully tapped into your intuition, to your own psychic abilities. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people get me wrong. They always get me wrong. And if they're not 100% spot on or sure, that's when I get angry with them, because I'm thinking, what the fuck? What's your mouth and your brain actually for? You go to the source, you open up, you ask the questions. How are you not going to know? You're going to get your answers eventually if you fucking open up and talk to people. You know what I mean? It's like, why do people 100% believe in their own delusional thoughts when they're trying to suss an individual out for whatever reason they're sussing them out for? Their paranoid thoughts. It just, oh man, it's so weird how people operate in that sense. It's like, come on, man. If you're not sure, you should always go to the source. You never just sit there and dwell on it and dwell and discuss it with your close friend or partner. And then both of you are sitting there believing each other's delusional thoughts. And you're sitting there even longer and talking about it and not going to the person that you're not too sure of and asking them straight out and being real. That's what being real is. And realistic. It's weird. You live and you learn, people, but please don't be like that to one another. If you're suspicious of someone and you don't fully trust them, speak up and say so. Approach them privately or face to face. Whatever makes you feel comfortable in the way that you approach them, just do it. Ask them. Ask them the scary, hard questions. You've got to do it. Don't sit on your laurels and not say anything. It's going to fester. It's going to get worse for you. You're going to get worse up here more than anything else. Speak. Communicate. Show your realness to others out there. You don't want people treating you that way, do you? You don't want people being suspicious of you and not fully trusting you either. Well, if you don't want that, you've got to speak up. You've got to be raw, real, and authentic as well. It works both ways. That's how you have a successful friendships, deeper committed relationships, marriages. That's how it's successful. You both have got to be open all the time. And other people out there, you've got to be open to each other. You can't be closed off and just sit there dwelling all day and night. That's the thing. I'm trying to encourage you all out there too to be more open with your communication. And if you're suspicious of anyone that you're not quite sure of, instead of just sitting there dwelling and letting and overthinking, go to the source. Go straight to the person. Even if it leads into an argument, it doesn't matter. It shows that you've got respect and you're wanting answers and you want to be sure. If the other person's not listening and it leads into a massive argument, well, what can you do? But at least the person can respect you for coming forward and actually saying, what's been bothering you. You know what I mean? I encourage all of you, please speak up with each other, okay? Avoid arguments this Christmas leading into the new year, to avoid any future misunderstandings, arguments, friendships failing, potential connections failing. I suggest you be open and forthcoming each and every day with everyone around you and new people who are trying to open up and get to know you. Be patient with each other. Get to know each other slowly. There's no rush. And don't, just practically be raw, real, and authentic as well. Just make sure you start practicing that. All of you out there, every single one of you out there, please. Okay? Because I lost a lot of friends due to their own insecurities, their paranoid thoughts, and them assuming shit that's not there, and them sitting there and dwelling and not doing anything about it, and then just turning. And that's wrong. That's got to stop. People seriously got to stop doing that to one another. That's the bottom line. It's got to end. You know, I've lost over fucking 20 people, males and females, friends, potential friends. Every single one of them turned on me because of their own paranoid thoughts and delusions. And none of it was my fault. I was being a real, true friend to every single one of them. And they all decided not to be real, raw and authentic 100% with me. They were vague. They tell me half-truths. They're being very secretive. And they just sit there overthinking and dwelling on their delusional thoughts. And they're thinking that it was intuition that they were tapping into when it wasn't. It was their delusions. Their own delusions. Reading into things that are not there is a not good thing. And a lot of people, sadly, are guilty of doing it. And it is highly aggravating for me because it makes me feel like I wasted my energy to begin with in getting to know people. And that's why I honestly sit here from time to time and I'm thinking to myself, maybe I'm better off with no friends. No friends at all. I'm not ashamed to admit that. That's why I prefer to keep my friend circle very, very tight because of that reason. I'm sick and tired of trying to have male and female friends, yet they lead me into thinking that everything's okay because I'm thinking they're being open and honest and forthright with their communication skills when apparently they've been sitting there dwelling in secret behind my back, thinking to themselves and thinking, I don't sort of trust her. And then they start to develop jealous feelings. That's also aggravating. And to avoid jealousy at all costs, that's why you got to be open and honest. It's to avoid that happening as well. And I don't trust people who are highly jealous of me because they end up eventually hating my guts. And then all of a sudden they turn. They deliberately start an argument in order to get away from me. Because they're too afraid to be open and honest with me and have a proper discussion. They'd rather just ghost, disappear, not say a word, and expect me to be the one to go chasing after them, demanding answers. And that's what I'm getting at. I do not chase. I will not chase no matter what, no matter who you are. If you're a male or a female, I will not chase you. That's just how I see it, okay? Okay, so that's just how it is. You know, honestly, I honestly do feel that I'm better off on my own. What's the point? What's the point in getting to know new people, trying to be caring and you know, and letting people in? I've tried so many times, most of my life, and all I get is shit. All I get is insecure, jealous cunts and bitches and bastards all the time. Well, thank God I've got 3 friends that are level-headed, thank God, and hopefully they will not develop any form of jealousy for me, because if they do, I'm sorry, off with your head. I'll be getting rid of you quick smart. See, I'm the type of person that will turn on you as soon as I sense any form of jealousy. And when I start to notice any type of hate starting to develop, that's when I'll cut you right off completely, no matter how long I've known you for. I will erase you from my existence. Let me put it to you that way, you know what I mean? So hopefully these 3 individuals won't develop any form of jealousy. And if they're very good at hiding it, that will be great. You know, because honestly, it does lead to hate, and it does lead to them thinking ill of you. That's what jealousy does. It leads to that. It doesn't happen immediately. It can happen 4 or 5 years down the track. It develops slowly. It's like an evil curse. It's like a seed. And then it just, you know, matures and grows. That's what I'm saying. That's how jealousy starts. It doesn't start in an instant, jealousy. It starts from like a little seed. And then it just, you know, gets bigger and bigger over time. That's just, you know, how it is. Yeah. This is a time of reflection too. You sit and you reflect and you look back and you think, okay, what are the things I want to change for 2026? Me is putting up even more harder and firmer boundaries now, even harder on people and future connections as well.